Can a small business have a board of directors? When is the right time to set that up? A small business certainly can have a board of directors. Usually the best time to set that up is when the business is large enough that it can afford to pay the board members for their services. For example, a small business might set up a board of directors or an advisory board to meet quarterly to advise the business owner on strategic business decisions. All right, what's the difference between a board of directors and advisory board of directors? It's quite simple. An advisory board of directors can give advice to the business owner, but they don't have decision-making authority. The business owner keeps the decision-making authority. And that's quite common with a small business where you have a single owner of a business. The owner wants input from the board, but they don't want to actually be subject to the authority of the board because it's their money at stake. It's not the board members' money. However, you typically see a board of directors that has authority to make all the decisions of a board in companies with multiple owners. So multiple shareholders or members in an LLC. Let's say, for example, you have 20 owners of a business. Well, it doesn't make sense usually to have 20 people with input on business decisions, maybe real high-level decisions, but not the mid-range of decisions. That's where a board of directors can come in. So those 20 owners may vote on selecting 4 members to a board of directors, or let's say 5, so you have an odd number. And typically those board members are owners. So it's going to be 5 owners who are then voted to the board. And that board then makes the big decisions like hiring the president or CEO, setting the strategic plan, should they do any acquisition of new companies, reviewing the regular financials, and any other decisions that the board decides should not be made by the president or CEO. At any time, a board has a right to reach in to the authority of a president or CEO and say, we want to make those decisions. So that is a governing board versus an advisory board. An advisory board provides advice to the owner, but the owner is not subject to follow it. A governing board makes the decisions for a company, and the company is required to follow that, even if the company owner is a president of the company. The authority goes owner at the top, board of governors or board of directors, CEO or president, and then all the other employees underneath that. That's the typical approach. So if you're a small business, you're probably wondering, should I set up a board of directors? Sure, it would be really nice to have input from some other people, but who would that be, and is it worth the cost? Often it's not worth the cost because you're getting people who don't have significant experience in your type of business. But what often small businesses will do is pay to be part of a peer board of directors. So that's PEER, a peer board of directors. That's where you have some other owners of companies and you agree to be on their board of directors and they agree to be on your board of directors. Typically, you'll meet monthly and you'll run ideas past each other. You'll help problem solve together. You can either set something like this up on your own, and by the way, sometimes that's called a mastermind, or there are many organizations throughout the United States that provide this service. And in addition to the service of finding the business owners to be part of that group, they will also have somebody facilitate the discussion. That can be really nice because it prevents from a single owner monopolizing the time and allows somebody to focus on efficiently using the time to solve everybody's problems and deliver the most value to your businesses without one owner trying to juggle solving their own problems as a member of the board and also trying to facilitate the group. Usually those peer advisory groups or peer board of director companies or organizations charge about $1,000 to $2,000 per month. You meet monthly, and then you might also have some sort of special quarterly meeting. There might also be some training. You can just Google peer advisory group for business owners or peer board of directors for business owners, and you'll find all sorts of options that are out there. When you are thinking about doing that, first off, I've done that for a number of organizations. I have actually paid as a business owner myself as part of a member group so that I benefit from a group of business owners helping solve my problems and helping solve theirs. It was extraordinary value because you get ideas that can save you tens of thousands of dollars or make you tens of thousands of dollars. It also allows you to have somebody else to talk to about your problems. Let's face it, spouses or significant others often don't want to hear about all the problems of your business. They hear enough of it because they're always around you. So having somebody else who you can have as a sounding board is really valuable. Also, they are also running businesses. Unlike a spouse who may not be running a business, you are talking to other business owners who are in the trenches, dealing with the challenges every day of running a business, managing employees, being innovative, growing a brand, etc. And typically in these groups, you have confidentiality so that everybody agrees that whatever is said in the group stays in the group. That way you don't have to worry about sharing a problem and then it gets out into the community and your suppliers or vendors or customers or clients now know about all your internal problems in the business. I've found extraordinary value in that. Obviously, if you're going to spend $20,000 or $30,000 a year for a program like this, you want to make sure you at least have the money, the discretionary money to do that. If you are only making $5,000 in your business each month, I would not spend a significant percentage of that on a peer advisory group. I'd look for a free group. I'd create a new mastermind yourself, something that costs you no money but allows you to exchange ideas with others who have a shared commitment and common goals. So, recapping, can a small business have a board of directors? Yes. When is the right time? I think that the phases are you have no board, you're doing the best you can as you grow. Next phase is you set up a free peer board of directors or a mastermind or an informal group where entrepreneurs share ideas together, and you find those people. You can find them online. You can find them in a lot of different small business meetups or socials. The next phase then is paying to be part of an organized peer advisory group through a company that charges $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And then the next phase is to have your own board of directors who are typically chosen based on their experience in your industry. These are basically people who have done it before. They are proven, not just smart people with great ideas, but people who have done what you are trying to do, so they have firsthand knowledge about how you can navigate from your current level to the next level. That's what you're going to look for in a board of directors. Check out our YouTube channel. We have a lot of similar topics there. And if you have questions that weren't answered today, I'd love for you to submit them. You can submit them by email or by adding a question in the comments section below.